Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Ross Benjamin, SPR contributor, and today we're going to be looking at the college football game between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Right now, bookies are favoring Ohio State at -11 as home favorites, while the total was posted at 47. How you doing this morning, Ross?
I'm doing very well, Dex. How about yourself?
I'm not doing as good as you. I think you went 7-0 last week with your NFL and NCAA picks, right?
Yes, sir. It was a very, very, very good week.
No doubt, my man. Let's see if we can keep that good times rolling. All right, now, Ross, we know that the Hokies won in a dominating fashion last week over William & Mary, while Ohio State also took the win, but despite their final score, the game was a bit closer than people would actually notice, right? So what else can you tell us about their performances this last week?
Well, yeah, you mentioned Virginia Tech was pretty dominant in a 34-9 win over William & Mary, and they should be against an FCS team. The Hokies were able to cover the spread as a 22-point favorite. They outgained William & Mary by over 300 yards. The encouraging sign, too, for Virginia Tech was the fact that they started Texas Tech transfer Michael Brewer, who made his debut for Virginia Tech in grand style. Brewer went 23 for 30 in the air for 251 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ohio State, as you alluded to, had a little tougher time than that final score may indicate, Dex. They were trailing Navy 7-6 at the half and 14-13 late in the third quarter before they scored a couple of late fourth quarter touchdowns that padded the final margin of victory and made a lot of Ohio State backers pretty happy as they covered the spread in doing so. So, again, two teams coming off wins in their opening games. A lot will be measured a little more deeply this week when they face off against each other.
No doubt, man. Now, in your expert opinion, Ross, what are the factors that you're going to be looking at when making a proper betting selection for this matchup?
Well, let's take a look at why both teams, I may give a lean to both teams, or you may give a lean to both teams. Virginia Tech hasn't been that dominant program that we were used to seeing a few years back under head coach Frank Beamer. As a matter of fact, Dax, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games versus ranked opponents. And there will be a big disparity in athleticism this week compared to what they saw last week, and team speed compared to what they saw last week against William & Mary. Now, the Buckeyes, on the other hand, they're not going to be able to wear down the Virginia Tech defense the way they did an undersized front 7 from Navy last week. And we saw that as the game progressed, Ohio State was able to run the ball a lot more effectively because they were just able to wear them down physically. That's not going to be the case this week against Virginia Tech. As a matter of fact, this is an Ohio State offense that returns just 11% of their production from a season ago. 4 new offensive linemen, a redshirt freshman quarterback making his second ever start in college, and they'll be facing one of the best defensive coordinators in all of college football, and Bud Foster from Virginia Tech.
All right, Ross, so taking all that into account, should we lay the -11 for this game?
Well, I'm going to lean on one of my college football betting systems that I've done very well. I've used as part of my arsenal, let's put it that way. I don't lean on these 100%, but you know what? When I see something like this, it sort of puts up a flag, and I'll take a look at the game closer. Anytime you have an away underdog of 15 or less versus an opponent that comes off a neutral site favorite ATS win in which they covered by 11 or less. And reminding folks, Ohio State's win versus Navy last week was at a neutral site in Baltimore, and they're playing through games 2 through 6 of the season. The underdog, the away underdog, has gone a perfect 11-0 ATS since 1980. Not only have they covered all 11 of those games, Dax, they've won 7 of the 11 outright. I like Virginia Tech here above and beyond this college football betting system, plus 11 over Ohio State on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right, good stuff, my man. Let's take that and let's put it in the bank. Thank you very much for your insights, and can't wait to talk to you again tomorrow.
I always look forward to it, Dax.
Likewise. And for SportsbookReview.com, this is Dax Floyd.